Okay, let's talk about the ionosphere and why modern conventional meteorologists have it completely wrong. They don't understand that we're living inside the Earth, the concave Earth, and there's a glass sky, okay? Ionosphere. What they will tell you is that the Earth is convex, and there are several layers to the ionosphere. They will call this the D layer, and then the E layer, or the E sporadic layer, or the F1 layer, or the F2 layer. And during the differences between the daytime and the nighttime, during the daytime this D layer vanishes away. During the nighttime this D layer vanishes away. Yes. And then the E layer becomes more reflective of the radio wave propagation. So, like if these were the radio waves,
this part is
they would be.
You're right, Amelia. This part
reflecting back down to Earth again, hitting the E layer. Or actually, during the nighttime, they would hit. They say they would hit the F layer. The F layer.
Bullshit.
The reason why they say that is because during the daytime, we have the sun here. It's shooting solar radiation, right? And this radiation is causing interference. It's causing radio wave propagation attenuation, which means dampening. So this D, they say this D layer happens during the daytime, D for day. And so they say that the radio waves reflect at a lower altitude. Okay. This is complete rubbish. Everything that you've learned about the ionosphere from these
clowns,
quacky fakes, is completely wrong. What's really going on here is that the concave Earth is the shell in which you live. Okay, we live in the Earth. Okay, at 100 kilometers, like I told you before.
Amelia, how could you say
there is a layer of glass in the sky. There's also a layer of ice attached to the glass and ice. So, in all actuality, there's no D, E, and F layers. There's actually a G layer and an I layer. G for glass, I for ice. Sunlight during the daytime, it's shooting ultraviolet rays down, okay? The main reason why they call it the ionosphere is because they will give you a definition. They will say that the ionosphere, the sunlight is shooting ultraviolet rays, and it's colliding with atoms. Pen ran out. Crap. Atoms. This pen ran out too. Crap. With pencil. Atoms. With a heavier lead pencil. Atoms in the atmosphere. Well, what are these atoms doing? What are they consisted of? What's the material made? What are they made out of? These atoms in the atmosphere. You can't just say atoms. Okay, well, what they're saying is that the ultraviolet rays, when they collide with these atoms, they are losing valence electrons. Valence means that the molecules have pairs, like a valence pair of electrons. So if you lose one of those electrons, you no longer have a pair, and the material becomes imbalanced and it becomes ionized. That's what determines ionization, when you lose an electron from an atom. It becomes unstable, ionized. It just so happens that when ultraviolet light collides, well, not just atoms, but collides with glass, it loses valence electrons and it becomes ionized. Okay? That's why we have a glass sky. That's why we call it an ionosphere, because the ultraviolet light is colliding with the glass atoms, creating ionized molecules. Okay? And also I told you before that during the daytime, this ice is crystalline. It means it has a lattice structure. It's not transparent, it's opaque. So it's absorbing the radio waves. Also the sunlight, the solar radiation is coming down and it's absorbing the radio waves too. So it's causing this interference during the daytime. So the radio wave propagation is much lower. That's why they say there's this mysterious imaginary D layer that's lower. That's not the case. So during the nighttime, however, when there's no solar radiation hitting the glass and the ice, this ice transforms into transparent ice, amorphous ice. Amorphous ice. It's transparent. And so the radio waves, especially the shorter wavelengths, shortwave radio, less than 5 megahertz, are able to bounce back to Earth and go around to the other side of the Earth. The higher frequencies, above 15 or 30, they're still gonna pass through the.
Don't you just love my voice? It's so soothing, so masculine and husky. Anyway, continue.
Glass and the ice. But the shorter waves will bounce. And so, no, there's no F layers. It's just the G layer and the I layer. That's all you have to realize, guys. Don't listen to the liars. Understand. Very simple. Ionosphere. Okay? Glass collides with the ultraviolet light. That's why glass blocks out ultraviolet light. Because it creates an ionization. That's why we call it an ionosphere, because there's glass in the sky. Okay? Don't listen to liars. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.